So we have a strong psychological association with presentation, clothing, and the way that we dress up. Your fear of being seen is keeping you small. A lot of y'all are negotiating your presence, who you are, and who you're meant to be with other people around you. The best way to level up is to level up. I feel like there is a lot of misconceptions and a confusion around how to look your best, how to feel your best. But I really do feel like your fear of being seen is keeping you ugly, keeping you dressing ugly, keeping you feeling ugly, keeping you from stepping into being who you know that you are supposed to be. And we go through all of these somersaults about like, you got to have discipline and you got to, do A, B, and C. You got to journal. No, you have to just do the things. If you want to look better, if you aspire to a certain aesthetic, you have to buy the clothes and wear them. We talk a lot about being a signature woman on this channel, and what I always say, a signature woman is a woman that shows up and she's polished, put together, and her presence is felt, but it is a result of priority and practice. So what are we prioritizing? And the things that we prioritizing, are we showing up? Are we doing them? Are we practicing them? So in today's video, I'm going to give some tips on how you can actually step into the best version of yourself, why you may not be, and the practical things that you can implement every day to make yourself be the best version of yourself on your own terms in a way that you can keep up and to stop yourself from hiding from who you are. So if you're interested in this topic, then you are in the right place. To all of my subbies, welcome back. My name is Kia, and if you're new here, welcome. And over here, we smell good and elevate. We talk about fragrance, fashion, lifestyle, and all things stepping into womanhood as the woman that you know you are supposed to be. On this channel, we have a signature woman series running, and this video will be a continuation. And what a signature woman is a woman that shows up embodied. Her look is polished, her essence is felt, but it is a result of her energy and how it translates into how those around her feel. So if you are interested in empowering womanhood conversations, then definitely go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss another video. And over here, we are a channel full of fragrance lovers, so let me go ahead and share my fragrance combination of the day. So I started off with the pistachio EOS lotion. Y'all know that is a fan favorite. We love a good pistachio. I was trying to get the new Summer Fridays that came out, but oops, it's not in my local Sephora yet. Lost the cap, but we're gonna keep rolling. I layered it with the matcha milk from Fleur. This has been one of my favorite layerings to put with the pistachio. And then I went ahead and topped it off with Burberry Goddess, y'all. Y'all know I'm in a love affair with Burberry Goddess. I love it. The juice is still good. I thought this was going to be going faster than it was, but look at how caramely slick that juice is. I am holding on to it, but I am going to have to get a new bottle soon. So fragrance combination of the day. I've worn this several times and gotten compliments. So there you have it. So when it comes to looking polished and put together every day, it starts with your wardrobe, your hair, your makeup. Are your nails groomed? What is your overall presentation? And then with that, what is the vibe that you want to give? So there's definitely a baseline of what looks nice, what looks pretty and polished and presentable. But then, once you get that baseline level, you can elevate to what is the energy? What is the vibe? Am I giving seductive? Am I giving flirtatious? Am I giving mysterious? What is the essence that you want to charge into your wardrobe, into your makeup look, into the fragrances that you wear, and the accoutrement that you use to dress yourself up, to express yourself? Those are very important things as a woman because it helps us to communicate the essence that we feel on the inside and help that be portrayed and help other people to understand how we want to be felt and received on the outside. And when it comes to looking good every day, you have to get your baselines together. In this signature woman series, I have all the videos on how to select a signature scent, a signature hairstyle, signature wardrobe. I just posted a video of outfit combinations and fragrance pairings the other day. So all the videos that you need are in this series. But when it comes to dressing how you want to dress, so many women are withholding themselves from this simple luxury that will boost your confidence every day. And a lot of what I hear is, I gotta get this, I gotta get that, I gotta work on my wardrobe. At some point, you gotta stop working on it. And like I say, you have to buy the clothes and wear them. And it doesn't matter what price point you're starting at. When I first started this journey, I was about 24 years old. I went on down to good old TJ Maxx, and I still go to TJ Maxx this day because People will always ask me, where do you shop? Where did you get that? And I always find that to be so funny because it's literally not about where you shop. It's about how you shop. Y'all, every single store has every item for every person's style. And I don't know if people really tend to understand that, but I think people equate, like, say if you're used to going to TJ Maxx and you just like to get a nice robe, or maybe that's where you get your socks from, or you just get your toiletries, or you get a nice matching set. You don't think to look through the dresses and see what might look chic, what might look elevated, what might look fanciful or vibrant, but they have all of those things there as well, just like any other department store. So the number one tip as to why you're not showing up and dressing the way that you want to is because you don't have the clothes, and the solution to that is to buy the clothes and wear the clothes. I'm not talking about people who have, certain situations going on, things happen, financially. I'm talking about those of us who can and who are able and can do what we can with what we have, but we're not doing that. Because another thing that I observed is that it amazes me how many women will deprive themselves of wearing simple cloths. Do y'all know that most of the clothes that are made these days are not even of good quality? It's all made of rayon and polyester and all of these fabrics that don't even allow your body to breathe. And these are the items that we're saving in our closet as if it's something that can't be worn on a daily basis to enhance our mood, to enhance our vibe. Just putting it in perspective, we can't, live our lives depriving ourselves of our good things, our good perfumes. We talk about that on this channel of not saving our fragrances because we're a channel full of fragrance lovers. We cannot glorify cloths and only, dress in a way that makes us feel comfortable in our environment, because it's not about necessarily feeling comfortable in your skin. That's going to be my next point. It's about feeling comfortable in your environment, because the way that I'm dressed today, some women only allow themselves to dress like this when it's a special occasion, when they're going out, when they know they want to see people. They don't do it just for themselves and for the sake of, and it's not that they don't want to, it's that a lot of y'all are negotiating your presence, who you are and who you're meant to be with other people around you. I have noticed this so many times with women, and that's why I say your fear of being seen is keeping you small. How many people are in circles with friends, with family members, with partners who if you try to show up looking like Miss Thang every single day, they're going to have something to say and you just don't want to deal with it. While I understand, I've been through that too, through, the comments, the bullying, the negging, the people trying to ask, who do you think you are? Or what is it that you're trying to do? All because you want to look nice and present yourself and feel your best. I get that, but all that does is fall back on you and translate into you feeling less than how you would like to feel, feeling less than the woman that you are called to be. So it's going to have to come to a point where the rubber meets the road, to where you're going to have to be honest with yourself, because looking good and feeling good, we all know that saying, is shallow as people might try to claim it is. It's really not that shallow, because there's an energy behind the way that we present ourselves, behind the way that we wear our clothes. There's so many different studies psychologically. Put a person in a room and put a doctor's coat on them, they'll start acting like a doctor. Put a person in a uniform and they'll start acting like a flight attendant. So we have a strong psychological association with presentation, clothing, and the way that we dress up, and depriving yourself of that. What is that teaching yourself other than, you're not worthy to step into who it is that you truly want to be, that you want to take up space? So it's not about the clothes being uncomfortable. It's about you being uncomfortable wearing the clothes, mainly in part of because of the people you surround yourself with and the relationships that you choose to prioritize over your own self-esteem. And speaking of looking good and feeling good, the best way to do so is to shop my high note candle collection from October Song. I have it burning beautifully here in the background, as y'all can see today. My high note candle is a beautiful blend of rose and oud. It is a 12-ounce soy wax candle with up to 80 hours burn time if you care for it and trim the wicks properly. The candle burns clean and even, and it's made with 100% cotton wicks. No harsh dyes, very luxurious, elevated, and the perfect way to start your day day off on a high note with. So definitely check out my website, The October Song, and shop for your candle scent pleasures, because one thing a signature woman does is she sets the mood on the inside of her home before she leaves to the outside. Now that's one of the steps that y'all are missing. You know, it starts in here and up here, and then you put them clothes on and you're pretty much unstoppable. I'm literally begging y'all to dress your best, show up, be the person that you want to be, take up space, because when you don't, you begin to resent the people that you do. And I have been a person more times than I would like to count on the receiving end of that, of people thinking that I am trying to just take up all of the attention, or I'm trying to, you know, take they man, or, you know, outshine them, or you didn't have to do all that, or oh, I didn't know we were doing all of that. And I'm not trying to say that to hype myself up or anything. I genuinely mean that in the sense of, like, again, y'all, these are just cloths. Me personally, I don't live my life glorifying things and items. I don't care what day it is, if it's a Tuesday, a Wednesday, a Thursday. I'm gonna wear my most expensive perfume if I feel like it, my most expensive clothes if I feel like it. I'm gonna eat on my nice dishes and plates and stuff like that, because these are the days of our lives. And I feel like that is what brings you an elevated sense of wealth in your mindset and in your presence. The kids talk about aura these days. These are the true ways that you build confidence, because it's about having integrity and a level of congruence with who you are, and not telling yourself that the things that you have, you're not good enough to experience them on any given day. Because personally, to me, I feel like that is a form of creating idols out of things, and I don't do that. I don't believe in that. And I'm not trying to make it seem like it's all fairy tales and rainbows. If you dress up and start looking your best every day, that you're not going to have any issues, you're not going to have any heads turning, you're not going to get more attention in certain ways. Yes, that can be a byproduct of it. So obviously you have to dress to the level that is, you know, comfortable for you. That goes without saying for all women. However, the more you show up embodied as the person that you desire to be, the easier it gets. That's why I always say a signature woman is a result of priority. She puts first things first, identify what's important, and then she practices. Practice makes perfect. A lot of times people don't want to give themselves the opportunity to grow into the next version of themselves. And I get it. Again, I've experienced it firsthand. Stepping into womanhood, deciding to be a woman, to own your energy, your essence, your power, and everything that comes with, it can very much feel like a second wave of puberty as you find your footing and figure out, you know, what works for you. What is your style? What is your makeup look? How does it feel when you walk into, you know, the office versus when you go to a cocktail hour in the presentation that you deem as the highest version of yourself? What is the response, and do you feel like you can handle it? But it is all, again, about practicing. A lot of women are too in their head about it. And I'll say this too, it's oftentimes projected that the people, you know, that do put themselves together, that do take time, and that they're polished, that they're stuck up, they're conceited, they're full of themselves. But sometimes the people who dress down, who don't dress up, y'all can be some of the most, like, judgmental people, judging a person that's just trying to have a good time, live their best life, and look good and feel good. And also, you're too full of yourself in your own head, thinking that somebody is thinking about you that much, because quiet is kept. People really don't be looking at each other that much. You might look, and then you might look away. You might think, oh, she's cute. Oh, I remember when I had a skirt like that, and then my grandma came and she took it off my bed and put it in the laundry room, and that was when I walked past the fish tank and saw that my fish died. I remember that fish. His name was Goldie the fish. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, people, this is how people's mind thinks when they see you and they look at you. Like, whatever the case is, people have their own soundtrack running in the background. So you doing you is never really a disruption to what's really going on in the grand scheme of things. That's why I say sometimes you have to remove yourself from certain people, certain friend groups, certain family members, because to them, to these little, you know, potholes of people that you might be kicking it with, they might look at you and try to say you're disrupting and, you know, disturbing the peace, and they might give you a hard time. But in the grand scheme of the world, it's actually better for us to all, you know, rise and be the highest version of ourselves, because again, like I always say, people psychologically, when you go out into the world to witness beauty, to experience beauty, everyone's not really dressing themselves up, you know, to a level and a degree, especially these days. So I have personally noticed that people enjoy to see a woman that is confident, that is, you know, sexy yet classy, put together, you know, who can flash a smile, who has put herself together in a way that is mindfully detailed to express that it is okay for us to look our best. The world is safe, all is well, and you know, beauty is still alive and well, and people appreciate that. So personally for me, I like to be a person that contributes to that energy and that vibe. Say all that to say, decide to be pretty. I've made videos about that. Let this be the day that you make a decision that empowers yourself and that doesn't diminish yourself. Allow yourself to be seen so that you feel your best, you look your best, so you don't feel ugly and all eaten up and raggedy and scraggly and tossed to the side and bald-headed and edgeless. You need to decide that you get to wear your clothes, you get to show up how you want to show up. You're gonna die and then you're gonna still have that dress from Target hanging in the closet with the tags on it because it costs $39.99 and you wouldn't just wear it on a Tuesday. That's sad. That is just really sad. So don't let that be you. Don't let that be your story. All in all, ladies, it is okay for us to be the type of woman that we desire to be. It is okay to step into womanhood. It's okay to stake your claim in this world as the woman that you want to be, because people are literally dying, like physically, mentally, psychologically. That's how women, you know, get autoimmune diseases. You got to do this and do that and be this for everybody else. And then on top of that, you have this aching, quaking, like murmur in the back of your head that you don't look how you want to look. You're not dressing how you want to dress. You know, you could have really did it to him that day, but you didn't because you were scared of what everybody was going to say. Like, nobody has that time, you know. Just silence that voice in the back of your head. Let it be gone. Take the steps today. Buy the clothes, wear them, prioritize practice, and show up being the woman that you want to be. It really is that simple. So let me know, y'all, is this video helpful? How do y'all feel about this topic? Do you have your style and your signatures all aligned, from the hair to the nails to the clothes and the wardrobe that you show up in? Is it something that you're working on or cultivating? And do any of these holdups and stops relate to you on your journey as to why you haven't fully stepped in and embodied the woman that you want to be today? I would really like to know. Share some tips that have helped you on your journey to rise into the woman that you want to be, or maybe some areas that you might need help with. This is a community, so we can all help each other out in the comment section down below. But again, y'all, thank you so much for tuning into this video. Please go ahead, leave me a like, give me a comment down below, and subscribe to my channel for more fun videos like this, and I will catch y'all in my next video. Bye.